Alright, the stream is live. Hello, folks. Welcome back to another flight. If you missed last time, we spun the wheel of show sites that are unique and enjoyable, and we ended up on Creech Air Force Base in the Nevada Test and Training Range. Yes. So we're going to be doing our Friday flight here, so let's get into the briefing. Hello, pilots. It is February 27th, 2026 at 8:39, about to be 8:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are doing a Friday flight at Creech Air Force Base. BrotherLeb, let's hit the weather briefing.
Yeah, so the METAR for NAS Indian Springs, Creech Air Force Base, 2055 Zulu, which is 1355 local, winds 3208 knots, visibility 10 statute miles, scattered layer at 25,000, temperature 26, dew point 18, altimeter 3012. Actually, correction, it's 26 and 12, altimeter 3012.
Alright, given the altimeter setting, we're going to be setting a barometric altitude of 2,000 feet. That will be our adjusted center point, and then we'll be flying rad out today.
Rad out. Roger, roger.
So when you're doing the up and overs, you're gonna have to minus 2,000 from everything.
Yep.
We either minus 2,000 from everything, or we just read it as is, and we just know that it's 2,000, and the rest of us do the math. I think it's probably safest if one person does the math.
Yeah. I'm fine with setting the altimeter setting as is. Well, it depends. What is the actual field elevation?
Field elevation is 3,133 feet.
Okay.
We cannot.
That math doesn't work out. But
No.
we could set the altimeter to whatever gets us to a round number, like 3,000 feet.
I found it easiest to do 2,000.
All right. Yeah, sure. All right. Well, so I'll at least set my altimeter to 2,000.
Yeah. So we'll set it to so it's a reading 2,000 on the HUD, not on the standby. Because of this altitude difference, there is a difference between those two.
Yep. All right.
And obviously, I'll declare that in our takeoff checks. Let's see. Notes. Do you have a desired taxi path, or is that up to my discretion?
Looking at the map, I'd recommend Alpha all the way to 2.6. So you just left out of chocks along Alpha, and then it does a L bend to 2.6.
Okay. In game that is listed as Bravo. I don't know why, but
okay. You're welcome to taxi. Like if you'd rather take Echo or whatever taxiway it is in game and do back taxi, you can do that too. But we have a taxiway that goes all the way down there.
No, we'll take that one. It reflects what they do at Oceana. So yeah, we'll left out of chocks and just head that direction. And then we'll park up. We'll probably do line up and wait. So we'll come around that bend. I'll hit the brakes and let you fly right by, and line up behind you, and then we'll take the left to line up for parking for takeoff.
Okay. So we will line up and wait. We will not hold short.
Correct.
Right, cool.
We'll have plenty of time to do the solo takeoff checks before we get to the corner.
Yeah.
And since we're not waiting for the diamond, we'll do our own thing.
Yeah. Thanks for not taking up into us.
I loved how Buddy was laughing at that. All right, so let's see. It's going to be section takeoff maneuvers. Be aware of the altitude in your pull. Followed by the opposing knife edge, followed by the rest of the show as previously briefed. Vertical pitch, we're going to shoot for 50 feet because we have plenty of clear ground on either side. That's at both hits. It'll be a right turn out of chocks. Sorry, it'll be a right turn out of the Delta breakout for a left pitch up break to land runway 25, I believe it is 26. Yeah, runway 26. Hold on,
if we're coming in, it's a left turn out or left turn out of the delta breakout for left pitch.
A right turn.
Is it a right? Hold on. Delta break, right turn. So you're gonna do a full like 360 to line up for 2.6. Here. So, do you see my screen?
Hang on. Yes.
Can you see my cursor?
Okay, we'll do 0.8. Sorry. 0.8.
0.8?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it'll be right
Because
turn
we're coming
out.
in from the top.
Yeah, right turn out
Right
for
turn out.
0.8.
And a left pitcher break 0.8.
Left pitcher break 0.8.
Roger.
Stagger will be left. Well, are we going to do... We might as well, since we're going to be with the Delta, we're going to do a covered wagon on the runway back to Delta.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go well clear on Delta for left 90s into chocks. It'll be fairly quick. Just keep that in mind.
Yep, sounds good.
Let's see.
The way that you had the MIDGE file, we were set on the left side of the formation in the lineup. Is that okay? Cool. Just making sure that that's what you're expecting.
Yep, that's what I'm expecting. What about loop break cross?
Loop across altitude, I think for the hit we can still do 150 for the boss.
Okay.
But yeah, expect some level of climb on after the break heading out to 2 or 3 miles because there is that hill on my side of the box.
Let's see. For most of the approaches coming from crowd right in section, expect some structured porpoising, aka some drive into some pull to get us down to altitude.
Okay.
I'll try and drop us in for the Fortis, but I'm specifically thinking of the Wanderer. Will probably be nose low and have to pull up somewhere around mile and a half before we.
That's so. Same will apply for the inverted tuck-over roll and the high alpha.
Yeah.
So those could get fun.
High alpha, we should be able to shoot the chute, but tuck over roll, yeah, that one's going to be a party. But fortunately, I'm like well clear of you at that point, so just do whatever you need and I'll be there.
Sounds good.
Also, it's going to be a dip into, and probably a late handoff into the opposing MRT.
Yep, yeah, I'm anticipating that. If you can't hand off by the time we're straight and level, and you need to hand off when we're like coming down the hill or something, just anticipate what's coming next.
Oh yeah, totally. Totally.
And if you realize, hey, I'm not going to be able to hand off by the time we get straight and level because there's not enough time behind crowd, I would say do it earlier rather than late.
Yeah,
so it's
right.
not like hand off, pull, and then we got some kind of crazy thing that I'm trying to fix with you, like PIO all over the place. So.
Yep, you're right. All right. Any other? Just another reminder. Density altitude is going to be somewhere around 3,000 feet, so just keep that in mind. Fuel burn seems still pretty high, so that's a challenge. It's just a challenge given the lack of thrust.
Huh. Seems backwards, but yeah.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Alrighty. I'm going to just do a quick density altitude calculation here. I forgot to do that. Indicated altitude, 3,120 feet. Barometric pressure, 3012. Temperature, 26. Yep. Density altitude, 4,862 feet. So almost 5,000 feet density altitude.
Welcome to, this is Nevada, but welcome to Colorado, right?
Yeah. So the field that I normally fly IRL is 680 feet above sea level. Mm-hmm. In the summer, it's not uncommon for it to be 3,000 feet of density altitude or higher when it's hot. So
this is why we do the real METARs. I gotta tell you, everyone involved who's watching, It really puts you on your toes. It makes you very adaptable. It makes you more of an aviator than a role player. I'm not saying that the other teams are role players. Doing this is hard, and you need to be able to adjust all the time. But the more variables you add in that feel like real world, like it does make you a better pilot.
Yep. Yep. And it also depends on, kind of what you're trying to achieve with the demonstration you're flying. For us, we're trying to fly a good demonstration under a lot of different conditions and, be able to adapt and actually like aviate in that particular way. I think a lot of the other groups, and I think this is good for what they're trying to do, are trying to produce the cleanest, best looking demonstration they can. So they're flying the same place every
From the
time. They've
crowd,
got a
yeah.
lot of aids to help them hit all their marks right on time. Um, and that's great, and it looks great.
It does.
But yeah, and given the chance, I think we'd love to do that at some point, but that's just not realistic with our schedules in life right now. And this is good training, I guess. Like I don't know, it's a good mental workout, and learning how to aviate like this is a lot of fun. All right, let's get to it.
Especially at Creech, with 4,000 feet of density altitude.
Almost 5,000. Almost 5.
Yeah. All right. If there's nothing else, we'll get to it.
Do it.
All right. Rhetoric. Switching inputs. Nice. All right. Check 1 2 BrotherLeb. You got me. Check 1 2.
Yeah, I got you, Lima Charlie. I just hadn't switched myself yet.
You're good. All right. Launch. DCS.
Yep, working on it as
Launch
well.
dicks. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, oh jeez, I should not say that with a serious tone.
We're very serious here.
All right, we're using Atmos X for the first time. It's a new weather mod. BrotherLeb reports that it might have some performance impacts. Hopefully not. But given
Yeah,
how
Bandit
clean,
didn't seem to think that it would, but we'll see. We will let
given
you
how
know.
clean my performance was when I did my test flight without Atmos X, I think we're probably good to go.
Yeah, NTTR is a really light map on like.
I mean, have you seen the ground fidelity?
Yeah, it's crappy.
Like people
It's
are
like
complaining about South Atlantic, and I'm like, guys, relax.
Yeah.
No one complains about NTTR, but that's because no one cares about NTTR. Which is
It is
sad.
interesting to me that like they're fixing Marianas right now and updating all of its textures, and hopefully the low level performance they said was going to improve. But
I would love that.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, they're going to need to if they ever want to do a Southeast Asia map, figure out like how to get,
I think that's why they're focused on it.
I hope so, as I really want a Southeast Asia map. But it kind of feels like maybe it's time to go back to the well with Caucasus and do an update on that thing.
They said they're going to. Matt Wagner said that that's coming as their first post-Vulcan map.
Ooh, yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
All right.
To the OG.
Yeah, they said. I mean, they showed. I think there was an update recently where they showed that they're like some progress images, like some side by side progress images.
I don't remember that, but if that is out there, I'd love to see it. I'll have to check.
Apparently, Vulcan is close.
That would be great.
It's in like test like
internal alpha sorts
I
of
think it's
deals.
with partner testers now.
Ooh.
And also, Matt Wagner said
That's
that
gonna
they're going to
break
be.
so much stuff.
Well, that's just it. Matt Wagner said that they're going to be that they're working with all of the vendors to make sure that the aircraft are going to work, and that they are doing some sort of thing to make sure that legacy aircraft work. What'd you do this time?
Forgot. Well, when I did that clean and repair, I didn't install the legacy blues mods and I takes away the airplane in the hangar and the main screen and stuff like that.
All the OVGME stuff. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
All right, it shouldn't take a moment to reload everything. OVGME has done its magic, and I am curious to try Open Mod Manager.
Oh, the OVGME replacement.
Same guy that did OVGME, but as like a replacement. But the thing is OVGME just works right now.
Well, that's so, dude. I'm not eager to move on. Like, Open Mod Manager doesn't have any features that I need.
Yeah, it does have some features that I need because of all the different like types of flying I do, and the like swapping between mods and repos and stuff like that. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens often enough that it would be nice.
Yeah. In which case,
Like
give it a shot.
would be nice to have like there's more organization to the mod lists.
Yeah.
And that would be great. And be like, okay, all the mods for this squadron are over here.
And you can install them all with one click. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. How are we doing DCS?
The question is, are those things references or indices?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, honestly, no. I mean, he called it Open Mod Manager, which I assume means it's a open source GitHub repo. You could go look, but I don't know.
I believe it is.
I was working on something this afternoon.
Dad downloaded a FLAC of
a FLAC of what?
He's building a slideshow for the memorial.
Oh,
he's
what do you need a FLAC file for?
Well, we don't own music anymore, so he had to find a way to download the song he wanted, and so he's using Cobuzz, and so obviously he's going to choose FLAC.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you use the free lossless audio converter? But now he had to convert it to MP3 in order to get it to run in PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Because slideshows aren't what they used to be.
They are not.
Walking around.
Okay, that looks more like what I'm used to. Okay.
I wish I had a streaming PC, so I could not have to stream on this PC. But I'm never gonna get another PC again because PC is dead now.
You think so?
No, I think that's doomsday talk, and this has happened a couple different times over the course of the computer. Like, I'm sorry, but like, in order for the personal computer to die, the iPhone's gonna need to die, and that's got a ways to go.
Yeah, what would kill it? Would it be like
availability?
Well, right, but you still have to interface with something. So what are you interfacing with at that point?
Yeah, no one's been able to answer that question sufficiently for me yet.
Yeah, because like
you'll run, like, everything will be run through GeForce Now, and I'm like, great, with what?
Yeah.
With what? What is the interface? What is the human interface for GeForce Now, everybody?
Yeah. Or like for personal computing, it's like, all right, so we're not going to use personal computers. We're not even going to use phones. It's like, all right, but I still got to like connect to something. So is it like a weird like Amazon Alexa box thing, or is it like my watch? Like what are we doing here?
It's an implant in your brain.
I refuse.
Same.
I flat out refuse. If that is the direction that this is all going, I will opt out. I will be one of the weird Luddite people that does not do that. I love technology, not that much.
Yep. Let me know when it's up.
It's up.
Great. Connect.
Performance seems fine right now. Boy, that skybox is funky, but in a good way.
Oh, okay.
You picked a really puffy Cirrus setting.
Yes, I did. Because I wanted it to look cool. And then we can scale it back to realistic. But I was like, let's pick the cool setting first.
I hope it does. It's like the sky coverage is enough that we might just get large blocks of white. We'll see. Well, it'll be interesting to watch the tape.
Really? Because I set it all the way to scattered. No, did I do broken? No,
No, you did scattered.
I guess we should set it to few.
But
then.
scattered is 50% sky cover, I think. Because overcast is full sky cover and broken is 75%.
Oh, well, I guess I should have set few. Oh yeah, you're right. Fascinating. I cleared my meta shaders recently, so that's why this is taking a while. Let's both rearm refuel so that we get each other's cool helmets.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what does it.
I think it is.
Are you ready to unpause, or let me know when you're ready to unpause?
I am ready to unpause.
All right, let's unpausing. In 3, 2, 1. Okay.
We'll do it now.
Rearm refuel. You said.
I'm going to select the other livery and then go select.
Which one? Legacy Blue 6. Yes.
Actually,
That's all fine.
according to me, I have the helmet. Do you have the helmet?
You do have the helmet. Great. Yeah, I can see your helmet.
All right.
Do you have a helmet? Do I have a helmet?
Yes, you do.
Legit.
We did it. We just need to fix the visor colors now.
Yeah, the visor colors are crap. I downloaded a thing that I thought would look good, and it was wrong.
It would be nice to have the visor from the E mod. Oh, look at that.
I could probably pull that.
3000. We could just stick with the current altimeter if we wanted to.
Yeah.
All right.
It's up to you, man. I mean,
we'll see what it reads in the. We'll see what it reads in.
On HUD.
I should probably, make sure that the stream can see what's happening.
What happens if I lift up my visor? Does that happen?
Do that all the time.
Can you see? Is
Hold
my
on,
visor up
sorry.
now?
I am focused on.
Oh, do you think?
Like hooking my Moza. And all right. No, your visor is not up.
Okay, cool. So that doesn't change anything.
Which is interesting.
The next thing I want to know is whether the animation happens or not, but we don't have to do that right now. Like whether he actually lifts his visor or not.
Sorry.
Animation could be used for like a signal.
All right. Look over at me.
I'm looking at you. Yep, yeah, it did a thing.
Oh,
here, I'll do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
God, that animation's glacial. Okay.
Yeah, it's very slow.
Visor ready for startup.
I wish I could get something that would salute but not launch you off the carrier and not stay stuck after that.
Yeah.
Because that would be great to have. I'm ready for start.
Battery on. APU on. Standby canopy. Leb. 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby around your crank.
Leb.
Note, the engines take a lot longer to crank in the high altitude. Around your crank in 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby around your forward.
Leb.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby left engine crank.
Leb.
I like the clouds.
Good. Yeah, I like the preset too. Or the atmospherics.
Yeah. Left engine crank in 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by left engine forward.
Leb.
Yeah, I'd probably go with few in this condition. In 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by FCS.
Flight controls.
Go for FCS.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. In test.
In test. There was some performance.
320 for 8.
Say again?
320 for 8.
320 for 8, yeah.
Chariots FCS is go.
Let FCS go.
Stab reset in 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. Down 3, 2, 1, mark. Stabs down 2.
Leb.
I did this yesterday. Why is my brain not working today? That'll be fun.
Oops, that's wrong.
Oh. GPS height variation, height error, and GPS vertical error. Or, wait, heading error and vertical error? Probably?
Where are you looking?
I'm looking at the aircraft screen on my HSI settings. And the error is not insignificant.
Nope.
Alright,
are you also still doing the... Oh yeah, FCS, okay.
No, I just finished aligning. Chariot's IFA is holding.
Leb.
Chariots up tree 1.
Level Creek.
Chariots up 16 com 2.
16,
Takeoff checks.
what?
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 170. Check your altimeter set. Tree 012 for a corrected center point elevation of 3,000 feet. Hold 1 for a corrected altimeter. Set your altimeter for a corrected altimeter of 3009er for a corrected center point elevation of 3,000 feet. Check your burn rating 0. Check your FCS 12, 30, 30, 30 down 2. Check your fuel, CDARM, lights out.
What?
Check your smoke pressure on. Smoke on. Smoke off.
Good smoke. Good afternoon, Chariot. Updated winds 3208 knots. That'll be, do the math here, left crosswind on takeoff. Check your altimeter set 3012 for a correct altimeter of 3009er for a corrected center point elevation of 3,000 feet and a density altitude of 4,892 feet above sea level. Chariot, squawk 1205 left, squawk 1206. You're cleared to taxi left out of Chalk, left to Alpha, line up and wait 26.
Thanks, Lab. Clear to taxi, line up and wait 26. Solos, we're clear to taxi. Check your parking place off. Chariots powering up to 75%. Chariots rolling. Chariots ease and power to 70. And coming left, give me 2 and trail.
Love's rolling.
Chariots adding power to 72, letting it roll. stand by split for wing. Ready, split, go wing.
Left.
Chariot, tree 009 intercept, 3,000 feet, barrow out.
3009er, 0 feet, barrow out.
Stand by the flaps, flaps. Check your flaps half, pumps on, Chariot's flaps up, 3, 2, 1, 2 degrees down, right out.
Left flaps, half pumps on, 2 degrees down, rat.
Chariot's ease and power to 68. BrotherLeb, go line abreast. Little brakes. Off brakes now. We're coming left, BrotherLeb, go clear. Little brakes. Off brakes now. Coming left for lineup. Okay. Little brakes. Easy brakes. Little brakes. Brakes. Solos. Switching 8, com 1. Chariots of 8, com 1.
Left of 8, com 1.
Solos were cleared for takeoff. Updated winds are tree 20 for 8. That's our right headwind. Check your parking wings off. Correction, that's right crosswind. Check your parking wings off. Maneuver our section takeoff maneuver.
Or
Check your parking wings off. Let's roll up.
brakes off now. Blowers ready now. Blowers ready now.
See ya.
Ready.
Chairs will clear.
Wings level smoke on. Blowers ready now. Smoke.
Chairs clear 2.1.
Low clear 1.
Souls around the ground, setting up the opposing knife edge.
One. Do ground speed.
A firm ground speeds.
Ground speed. 4 miles.
11 on your beam.
A beat.
11 on your ticker mark.
Dig.
Stand by, markets. 32 at Church in for the right knife edge.
Comes in right knife edge. Ten seconds. Mark point 1 ahead. 340. Three miles. Mark 4. miles, mark 405.
It's okay.
Contact.
Contacts off. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll.
Clear.
Roll. Chariot and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing inverted to inverted rolls. 1.7 mark.
1.9.
Missing a lot of ground.
A lot of grunt, yeah. So the ground speed's a lot higher than what you're getting in the airs. 4 miles.
Limited beam. There, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. 07. Chariots in for the left inverted.
Lives in the left inverted. 10 seconds. Mark point 1 ahead. 360. Three miles. Mark 395. Miles, mark 4.
Ready, hit it. Let's work on. Contact look good. A little dry. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll. And pull. Look for 172.
Left.
Stand by, roll. Chariot clear and clear out the crowd for the Fortis. Come left, hooks coming down.
Cut.
330. Ease and lots of power, 320. 310. Adding power to 300, ease in the pull. Rolling out. Slows up on the ground, setting up the Fortis. Checking my lights on. $300.
You'll have to.
Try. A little low. Adding a little power, 300. We're coming left. Coming for the left comes the pole. Stand by the gear. Adding power. Adding more power. We're at the 90 for the Fortis. Gear down, hook down, flap up, boards up.
Gear down, hook down, flaps up, board.
A little further left and a little more pull. Easing some pull and rolling out. Easing more pull. The Fortis inboard to outboard. Easing a little power. Chariot start rolling in.
Clear.
Very outboard. Working it back. And 100 high. Rolling out. Center right. Chariot pushing out. Rolling out.
Clear.
Coming back left. Set. Stand by the gear. Hook. BrotherLeb, knock it off. Chariot clear and clear with the crowd for the Fortis. Sorry, for the MRT state 90.
Left state 8. Fuel burn seems pretty normal.
Say again?
Fuel burn seems pretty normal.
Yeah. DA is a thing, though. Turn circling 5 miles for the MRT. Entry's turning in 5 miles MRT. Four miles, Mark 360, ease and power, 10 to go. Three miles, Mark 355, ground. Two miles, Mark 351, ground, pushing 350 air. 1.5 MRT. 1 mile, Mark 350 air. Burners now. Ready, hit it. Slow entry.
Flight control. Flight
Ease in
control.
the pull. Comes the pull. Pulling. Kicking. Chariot's pushing out. Leveling out 800. Coming right. Comes the pull. Ease the pull. Rolling out. Smoke on. Smoke off. Easing power, a little pull.
Got it.
300 adding power. 315 slows down the crowd, setting up the opposing MRT. Chariot 340. Adding a little more power. We're coming right. Comes the pull. Over tree 42. He's in the pull. Rolling out the opposing MRT. 7 right. A little dry. Easing lots of power. Smoke on lovely.
Comes the pull, easing more power. To level the drive. Power set.
Smoke off.
100 out.
Ready, hit it. Smoke on. 3 to mark.
Match.
370.
Set.
373.
Map.
375.
Contact.
Looking for BrotherLeb. Merge. Stand by, roll. Pull to 40. Stand by, roll. 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 Tracer and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing horizontal rolls. 2.5 mark. It's a party in here.
4 miles.
Luminary beam.
A beam.
There, take a mark. Stand by, mark it. 24 chariots in for the left horizontals.
Lives in left horse. 10 seconds. Mark 0.3 ahead. 3-9. 3 miles. Mark 3. 2 miles. Mark 395.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact.
A little pull. Ready. Hit it.
All right, all right.
Burners. Pull. Stand by. Roll. Burners. Pull. Ease of the pull. Rolling out. 10-7.
9-7.
Chariot's coming right and circling behind the crowd for the distinctive roll state 7 tree.
Left state 7. Pull.
It's a challenge.
That was my bad on the ingress. That was weird.
It's pretty from up here. Chariot circling 5 miles for the distinctive referrals. And Chariot's turning in 5 miles distinctive referrals on the runway. Four miles, 1.75.
On time.
3 miles, 1.84.
Pull up, pull up.
2 miles, 1.86. 1 mile, mark 0.88 full burn.
Smoke.
Chariot's 95.
Ready. Stand by.
That's pretty good for the altitude.
Left's cleared. Clouds effect.
Clouds effector, Hydro clears.
I show.
Chariot circling 3.5 for the solo loop. And Chariot's turning in 3.5 solo loop. Setting up outboard.
Left clear. Left.
Wings level, smoke on. Adding a little power and up. We go. A little more pull. Adding power. Adding more power. Vertical 6-0. Easing power, easing more, power a little comes the pull. A little more pull. Ease the pull. Adding power. Go. Diamond Stinger. Little inboard chariot. Smoke off. Chariot attach. Chariot attach, boss. Ready, man? There you go, Mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. 20. Chariot's in for the left 4 point. Or right 4 point.
Left and right for 10 seconds. Mark 0.1 behind. 3. Little length. Three miles. Mark 415. 5. 2 miles. Mark 400.
Sword on.
God.
Cut extra off. Ready, hit it. 1, 2,
Go right, go
Three.
right.
4. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Roll. Church clear. I'm clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing vertical pitch 2.2 mark.
Three, 4 miles.
Luminary beam.
Up.
I'm gonna take a mark.
Take.
Stand by, mark it. 55. Church stand for the left vertical pitch.
I was in left vertical pitch.
50.
10 seconds. Mark point 1 ahead. 3 seconds.
Every time back here.
3 miles. Mark.
Stay up, stay up.
2 miles. Mark 402.
Swag on.
Contact.
Contact. Add it up. Ready, hit it. Center point. 60. Stand by, Earl, and pull. Power's idle. 45, 40, 35, 30. Horizon. Now 7-1.
10-3 bear. Contact. Look at
Little pull. I'm a little ahead. 1.5. Mark 360 air.
match.
1 mile. Mark 375 air. Added power.
Match.
Half mile. Mark 400 ground. A little pull. Ready. Hit it.
Roll left, roll left.
Stand by. Roll and pull. Is full. Rolling out. Chairs clear. And clearing by the crowd for the inverted type roll.
Let's come in the left. 350. Ease in the pole. And rolling out. 355. Ease and power.
You'll have to, Leb.
Little drive. 355.
I'll take it.
345. We're coming left. Coming for left, adding power. Comes the pole. A little more pole. So 90 for the inverted to talk about.
Sure.
Ease and ease in the pole. Rolling out to the inverter. Easing a little power. We go. Ready. Up.
Swing up.
Easing a little power set. A little drive. Ready.
Swing off. Stand by, roll. Pull to 10 degrees. Stand by, roll. Rolling out. Coming left.
Back right.
Contact.
Ease in the hole. Rolling out. Come back left. 360. Little pole. 365.
That was a safety. Too close.
375. Ease and power and ease and pull. 380. Ease and pull. And rolling out 385. Little drive.
Got two up.
Left. Soul drive turns up the section.
Sure.
Spacing's good. We're coming left. Coming for the left, easing lots of power. Comes the pole. Stand by the board. A little more pole, rolling out a little bank. Sold to the 90 for the section on.
Sure.
Be on the runway, Chariot.
Sure.
Ease the little pole. Rolling out more bank. We're gonna drop into it, easing out more bank. And we're rolling out, inboard, outboard, Chariot. Stand by the boards, board. One eight. 170, little pull. 165. 162 miles. 155. 150. 145. 140. 135. Pulling us out, adding lots of power. Setting it. A little more power, smoke on. Flying it.
Killing me, Smalls. Center point. Wave it off.
Pulling at 60. 60 coming left.
Train's breaking left, 210.
Con.
240. 260. 280 east, little power. $300 ease and some pull. 310. Ease and the pull. 330. Ease and more power. Ease and the pull and rolling up. So the crowd setting up the Wonder, easing power to 350. Drip. 355. Adding power. We're coming left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. Ease and a little power. The left-hand turn for the Wonder.
Left.
Coming further left, a little more pull. Ease of the pull. Rolling out. The Wonder. Easing power. A little pull to level. Smoke on 2 miles. Easing a little power. 1 mile mark. Half mile mark. Ready, hit it. Smoke off.
Stand by, roll, and pull. Ease, pull, rolling out. Easing a little power, 340.
Contact.
A little pull, 350, easing more power. 355. Easing more power. Delta's behind the crowd, setting up the Delta roll, Chariot 44.
What, 47?
Easing more power. We're coming left. Coming further left comes the pull, a little more pull.
Delta close.
Boss. Does a left-hand turn for the Delta roll.
Left.
A little further left. A little further left. And ease in the pull. Roll. And out. Easing power. Easing more power at the Delta roll. Smoke on. Up. We go. A little more pull. Okay. Rolled in out. A little.
Oh, yeah.
Adding power. Coming back left. Coming further left. Adding a little more power. Comes the pull. A left-hand turn for the Fliggly.
Left.
Smoke off. A little further left and a little more pull. Ease in the pull and roll out the flirtily inboard to outboard. Ease in the pull. Adding a little power. Up. We go. A little more pull. Smoke on. Rudder brake. Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. Connect. Oh, yeah.
Ease the bolt. Rolling.
Trace low, right quarter, coming right. 385. 395, coming further right. A little pull. Comes the pull. 430, ease in power. Smoke on. Ease in a little pull. A little further right. And ease in the pull. Rolling out. Up. We go. A little more pull. Okay. Set. Okay. Set. Smoke off. Go get him. Cheers, sir.
Leb's 045 3000 39. Coming right. But further right, 400. Comes pull 405. 415. Hilton right hand turn for the loop, right cross box 150.
Chariot 300.
Come further right, little pull. 430, easy to low power. A little further right. Comes the pull. And we're easing the pull and rolling out the lubricant.
Chariot, you got 6 balls.
Boss. Little pull. Level over, rolling out. Power set. Little drive. We are 100 high. Little outboard. And up we go a little more pull. Set. Vertical 9,000 barrels. He's in a little pull. Comes the pull. Ready, break, inboard, point. Smoke. 0.5, Mark 3. 1 mile, Mark 415. No altitude, 1.5, Mark 400, no altitude. 2 miles, Mark 400. 2.5, Mark. 3 miles, Mark, up we go, and a 4G, Mark. Vertical 778 Alpha. Horizon now 10-6 powers. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Roll it. Little ship. 3 miles mark. Leveling out. 2.5 Mark 385. 2 miles, Mark 14. 1.5, Mark 401. 1 mile, Mark 390. Half mile, Mark 390. Smoke.
Sure, sir.
Come left, 37. 360.
Contact.
355. 350, little power to capture. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. 350. Little drive. We're coming back left. Coming further left. Comes the pull.
You got 6 balls.
Bob. Tilts in the left-hand turn for the double break up field. Left turn.
Chariot.
Correction. Right turn.
Chariot, right turn out.
Little more left. Little more pull. Easing lots of power. Smoke on. Ease in the pull. Roll it out. Little drive. Easing more power. We're pretty high. Right. Set. Smoke. Click.
Chariot Slayer 168, 280 at 2000.
Okay.
300. Coming right. 310. A little pull. 320. Ease spiral 330 a little further right. Ease and more power 335. Delta's in a right-hand turn. For the Delta, left pitch brake to land, runway 08.
You got 6.
Loss. Going for the right, adding power. We're at the 90 for the left pitch brake to land. Smoke on. Ease and simple. Ease and power. Ease and more power. A little pull. Ease and the pull. Rolling out. The left pitch brake to land. Easing more power.
Dang it.
Ten fast. Center point. Boss Brigade.
Left.
Chariots ease and the pull. And rolling out 282.
I'm rolling out 2.
Smoke off. Gear flaps. Chariots gear flaps hook up.
Left gear flaps up.
Chariots come left 280 lab. .260 lab. 240 lab. Updated winds are 320 for 8. Check them 3 in the green. Staggers left.
Left 3 in the green, stagger left.
220 lab. 200 lab. 180 lab. 160 lab idle.
180.
140 all the way lab.
160. 140 all the way.
Cheers, guy.
Oh, what's up?
Oh my gosh. Is it just me or is the moon freaking huge?
Where is it? Oh, it does look pretty. It's gonna attack. It looks okay, Chariot.
Chariot, landing checks.
What?
Check your smoke pressure off, check your chowds, check your flaps on, check the layers off, your checks are clear, and safe for cheek.
Something like that. Safe for cheek.
Something like that. We'll go well clear on Delta for individual left nice and chocks.
What?
Check your particle goes off, chariot's firing up to 72% off brakes now. Standby covered wagon.
Left.
Chariot's coming right. Go to on the right wing. Nice flight, Leb.
Nice flight. Souls are in boss.
Boss. Stand by cover wagon. Ready, split. Reference 25 knot, cover wagon.
What?
That was hard.
Yeah. Sorry about the rollout on the Delta breakout. That got a little spicy.
Yeah, I smoked off for that one.
Came up a lot faster than I was thinking.
Let's use a power 68 line to roll. Little brakes. Off brakes now. We're coming left, go clear.
Left's clear.
Coming back right. Little brakes. Easy brakes. Off brakes now. By 6. Coming left for parking. Okay. Little brakes, 10 feet. A little brakes. Brakes. Standby canopy and engines. In 3, 2, 1, mark. And that's a show at Creech.
Yeah.
Alright, BrotherLeb's got BrotherLeb. I'm not BrotherLeb. Chariot's gonna come out from under the hood.
Check, check, 1, 2. BrotherLeb, you got me? BrotherLeb, got me?
Yep, clear.
Alright. Well, that was hard.
Yeah. I think it went okay, though.
Yeah. Every time I went crowd right, my inbounds were way behind. I was in, like... I was smash all the way in for a couple of those. I don't know why, because the winds were crosswind. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that just felt like the ground speed stuff was like way all over the place.
It's definitely hard. That's
I was having trouble keeping on speed, even though all I had to do was just peg 400.
Yeah. Okay. I've got my tack view. All right. Let me see. Virtual camera. There you go. Let's do this thing. Okay. Debrief. That was a Friday show at Creech. Major safeties. I've got a couple. I think probably 3. I've got the inverted tuck overroll. As we were coming to center point, I got way too close to you, so I was not wings level. I was trying to deconflict, so that was the safety. I'll fix that one for next time. Glad to be here. Section high alpha. I almost ran into you in that one too. Fix that one for next time. Glad to be here. And the delta breakout rollout almost hit you. I'll fix that one for next time. Glad to be here.
Yeah, let's see major safety. So the rollout for the, I'm going to work backwards here. The rollout for the Delta breakout was snappy, and I had to throw in drive, and I also overrolled it and kind of had to like roll out, and didn't communicate any of that. So that's safety. Trying to think. I don't think there were any other major safeties, but I'll fix that safety for next time. Glad to be here.
All right. Any issues with the taxi?
No. I wasn't sure when you kicked me out to line, or not line abreast, to like wing, whether there was going to be enough room, but that ended up working out, so that's fine. I thought you were maybe going to do it on the turn, like left turn, go wing, but something like that. But I think the way that you did it, because we were lining up and going straight to the runway, makes more sense. I think if we were going to hold short, you could probably wait till the left turn. But
yeah, for sure.
It ended up working just fine. Yep.
All right, section takeoff. So you called for the deselection of afterburner at 100 knots, and I was like, I can't do that. So I kept him in to make sure I could accomplish my maneuver somewhere near the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Rest of the maneuver was great. I did it conservative with the altitude today, because of the density altitude. I just want to make sure that I had enough room to pull out of it.
Probably the right move.
And yeah, no notes, solid B+.
Yep. I think in the future I'm going to leave it until 120 knots or more. Just like we just aren't accelerating fast enough, and I didn't think about that ahead of time. So that's something I should have briefed or thought about and then briefed. But the rest, like the maneuver itself, was perfectly fine. I did think a pretty good one, all things considered, especially with the altitude. It's very flat. It's the right altitude. Yeah, give myself B+ as well.
Knife edge. I tried to give us a little bit more time on the edge, but didn't feel like it ended up happening. But I think it's going to look good from the ground. Yeah. I'm getting better on my clear timings after taking a long time away to edit the High Show project and not thinking about them. So my clear timings are now matched with you on that exactly. So very stoked about that. I'm going to give myself another B+. Still room for improvement, but very good. My clears were very messy the entire day.
Yeah, the inbounds, I think I just like slow to the, like speed-wise, slow at the 4 mile for all the inbounds. This maneuver was the first of them. The actual maneuver inside the box was pretty good, and the clears were messy on this one, so I'm going to give myself a B-.
Inverted tuck over, my inbounds were, I was a good half mile behind you most of the way. So I was full brakes by the time, like while I was inverted to try and slow down to the right amount of speed. We're going to hit like 3 right, and that's because I was not able to catch up. But the rolls were good, and the clear behind crowd was good and safe as well. I'm going to give myself a C-. Need to fix those inbounds.
Yeah, you're doing like 500 true at the 3 mile mark.
Yep.
So the inbounds for the inverted were actually pretty solid. I was slow at the 4 mile, but then all the rest of them were pretty good 400. The roll to inverted was pretty sloppy, and I was a little nose low coming out of that. And then I like had some push in it. I don't know. It wasn't my best, so I'm gonna give myself another B-.
Yeah, my roll to inverted was also a little sloppy. Okay. All right. The Fortis. Turn for this was great. Lined up a little bit inboard to outboard, which is okay. Roll to inverted. The jet just was trying its darndest to fall out of the sky, and we had so much. Like we were a good 5 degrees outboard, so I was working it back. So I worked it back in, communicated that with you, and then rolled it out. And then we were level at 100 feet high the whole way. Rollout was good. Roll to the set was smack dab on. I think I'm going to be early on my clear. Yep, just a smidge. Yeah, I need a cleaner roll in. I'm not going to downgrade to a C minus, but I'll downgrade myself to a C for that one. I'll fix that for next time. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so started to get the first taste of form, and it was a little like juicy. There was like a extra roll and pull to sweeten your lineup in the end game of the turn that really caught me off guard. I just did not adapt to that. Well, you do it pretty often, so I should have been expecting it. I did not, so that was a problem. I misjudged where center point was, so I dropped back a little early, which is a bummer. And then I was really wide on the clear for some reason, and so that I don't know what's going on from the cloud, but it just felt like you were a long way off my right wing. So this is gonna be a B minus.
I mean, I'm on server track, but like according to mine, there looks like there's a little bit of a pull in your.
There was, yeah, because we were nose down. Like I was looking at it because I looked inside the HUD when we did the bank, and I was like, I'm pointed at the ground. So I just like tried to like fix it, and I should have just flown you, but I was like, ah.
Yeah, makes sense. MRT. Everything about this was good except for the fact that I didn't hang out in the vertical long enough, so I'm extremely low. It's gonna look kind of wimpy. Pull line crowd was fine. Had to climb a little bit because of how low I was. That's a C minus. I'll fix that for next time. I guess I'll just hang out in the vertical for longer at this show site, and I'm glad to be here.
Timing was actually pretty good. I was just carrying a lot more speed, and you weren't gaining it as quickly as you do at other show sites, and I should have anticipated that. So I kind of got out ahead of you, and then there was a kind of a conflicting flight path dealie in the middle of the turn, which I fixed, but it was just not ideal. So I was way out ahead of you when we rolled out, and that's like probably a C. Yeah.
We were not picking up enough speed at all behind the crowd, so I was having to add a bunch of power in before we started the turn. Turn was good. Made sure to clear those mountains, and then we were pointed. I had to add some drive in on the rollout, not on the rollout, but like as we were approaching to get us down towards level. Handed it over at 2 miles because I wasn't going to be able to fix it by the time. I wasn't going to be able to fix it at a reasonable time before the handoff, so just left it to you. I think that worked out pretty well, but I backed off a little bit too early and ended up crossing behind your flight path and had to kick full right rudder to try and get a decent picture for the crowd. I think I'm going to be too high, though, per the crowd. But rolls were nice and flat, level matched with you, and just didn't have enough speed. Around the corner, like, because it takes so long to slow down and then speed back up at this show site, like, we're just so far away from the crowd for this one, so it's a very ballsack looking maneuver here. And I was just holding 380 all the way through, and we ended up hitting like 3 right. Because we don't have a lot of speed, the rolls were very woogie. But I did pretty decent on the clear otherwise. All things considered, I don't think there's much more I could have done for this particular maneuver. I'm going to give myself a solid B.
I wonder if at the turn after the MRT, you just keep in the blower for a little longer.
I mean,
like I got tons of speed, so that's not a problem. You're picking up speed that way.
EF, he holds the blower that whole turn.
So you can. That's what I'm saying. You've got the room if you need it. I've got plenty of speed. It's not a problem for me.
It's gonna throw off my math for the turn back in, is the thing. So, because it's gonna make me wider unless I pull more. Like I gotta figure out how that geometry works. So it'll take some practice, but yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I was a little behind you coming down the hill. Once we were pointed back towards center point, I was struggling to get in around the corner and not overspeed. And then you handed lead, and I wasn't quite line abreast yet. So that was a bummer. Because I know what it's like to try and fly line abreast when you're looking back over your shoulder. Leveled it out. We were pretty high to start, but I was okay with that. Roll the pole around the corner, and I was holding numbers to start, but you were slow, so then I pulled stuff out. But then coming around the corner, I was looking at the site picture, looking at our center point. I was like, I'm going to be early, and then we ended up being 3 right. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. I was idle coming towards center point, and I was pretty sure we were going to be early. And then it looked on my screen like we crossed right around center point, but. If you're correct, then I think we're 3 right. But I had to plug the left blower because I was pretty slow at that point. I was like, I'm not going to have the airspeed at the show site to do these rolls. So that was the right decision, and I was able to get some really flat, nice rolls. And I fixed my my stick position problem, so it was very neutral rolls, which felt good. The rest of the clear was kind of whatever, but I think I'm going to give myself a B as well, because there's just a lot of things to fix. It was far from perfect or even necessarily a good one, but with the hand we were dealt, I think we handled it pretty well. I guess I'll down that grade that to a B minus, because I can do things better, but with all the things that went wrong, I think I handled them okay.
All right, moving on to the horizontal rolls. Once again, had to make up a bunch of smash inbound, but I was able to do it this time. But my goodness, it's that task saturation. The pull up was good and the rolls were good, though I'm not waiting long enough on that roll call because it needs to match you. And then I apparently had more smash than you by the time we went up the hill. Because I'm 0.05 knots faster than you the whole way this time, so that's weird, because usually you're the fast one.
Well, if you're trying to make up speed all the way in, it makes sense.
Yeah, by the time we hit center point, I'm at 400 ground, so I don't know.
I'm also 400 ground. I don't know.
This happens. That's fine. No one can tell from the ground. But we're 1,000 separated. The rollout was very slow because the altitude being 15,000 feet. So
yeah, look at the alpha coming out of that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's
yep.
What is that? Crazy.
So yeah, clear by crowd was fine. I don't know. I'm gonna give myself a B minus. I need to fix the inbound still, but I made it work.
Yeah, my inbounds were... I was actually slow for most of them looking at this track file, and my inbound ground speed is slow for the first 2 wickets. So, rest of the maneuver was pretty normal, so I'll give myself a B minus because of those inbounds, but...
Sneak rolls, I don't got anything to say about this. Solid. And this one's still, I'm 0.85, want to be 0.86, so it's not an A, it's B+.
I kind of was a little early, so I was trying to work the timing, and then the lineup wasn't quite what I want, so I can do better than that. I left blower, come up over the top, and then tried to clear before I hit 10,000. Didn't quite make it, and I also cleared in front of crowd, and so I got confused. So, maneuver up until I smoked off was a B. After that, I kind of got tumbleweed and had to fix some things, which I did, but I should know. I should have a better sense of, better essay, basically. So, overall grade, B minus.
Full TFR for the shows is 7 miles from center point and 15,000, so you're fine to...
Inside the TFR, but still, I know they try to keep it inside the 5 mile, 10,000 foot box if they can.
Well, I think the vertical pitch they make an exception, because it's cooler.
Well, one of the reasons why they only do a couple of rolls is because
If you're going to try to pull to clear at 10,000, you got to do it pretty early.
Yes, but at the actual show sites, they go the full distance to 10,000. Like if you look at the tape at El Centro compared to their show sites, they do like 2 rolls at El Centro, and then they clear to make sure to stay under 10,000. At if you look at Oceana or like any of the clear high shows, like he goes all the way up.
Right.
So like no need to limit yourself for show days.
Okay.
4 points. Let's see. I was ahead coming into the box. I was trying to solve that the whole way in. And then got back up to the correct speed before the rolls. The rolls were nice and slow. I think both of us made the same adjustment at the same time, so that's great. Good job for both of us. Very measured, hit the angles well. Clears are matched with you again. So I think this is a B+. I think I made some good adjustments on the inbounds, and like my 4 rolls were pretty spot on. The clear was spot on. Like still some work to do on those inbounds, but really good.
So if you look at where I clear and the direction I head after the vertical roll, I'm really proud that I was a beam when you asked me. Because I was able to do the math. I didn't have any ground references like I talk about liking to have. And I basically nailed being a beam. The 2 miles going into, like the first 2 miles, the 4 and the 3 mile mark, my speeds were all over the place. But I was able to stabilize at 400. The thing I don't like is my altitude was a little funny and my lineup was not ideal. So I was kind of like opening up lateral distance with you. As we come in, and I wanted to be a little closer, which is a bummer. But yeah, it looks like the knife edges were clear. I slowed that like cadence down.
Me too.
It's a good thing that we both did it, because I realized as I was doing it, like, oh, we didn't talk about this, and I didn't like consciously decide to do it, but it's just like what I did, and I think it looks good. So if it works, like, let's keep it.
That's
and then these
cool.
clears were. These clears were pretty cool, pretty good. So overall, yeah, probably B.
Yeah, look at this. Half speed.
Yeah. It's a very like measured, consistent, rhythmic 4 point, which I like.
Like if I do it full speed. Yep.
Yep.
Anywho, full tack view is really cool. Moving on to the vertical pitch, same problem. This one was more pronounced though, because I couldn't make it up by the time I got to 1.5. So I just kind of just seat of the pants mathed it to try and see if I could hit center point. And we did. We nailed center point, which is amazing. I can't believe that happened. And I've like delayed my blower because I was going 440 already. And look at this, like we're almost co-altitude going up the hill. So like my seat of the pants math was right. Now, that's not a point of pride. I should have the inbounds done right, but like I'm proud of myself for fixing it and making a good show for
You made it work.
Making a good show for the folks. Our inbounds were matched, and I think we crossed center point again, which would be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the tape on that one. Our rolls were relatively matched, and then pulling behind the crowd was exactly matched. C minus, because I really got to fix those inbounds, and it shouldn't force me to do crazy seat of the pants math. But I think I was able to pull it out really well.
Yeah, let's see, look at these inbounds. A little slow at the 4 mile. On speed by the 3 mile. A little fast in between 3 and 2. Not too bad. Could be a little better. Yeah, the rest of the maneuver was great. The only additional thing I might fix is I was a little high coming in for the second hit. Because I was thinking about like speed and distance from center point. And kind of maneuvering based on that instead of trying to like match your altitude. So I don't know what that hit is going to look like from the crowd. So that might be a point of correction, but I'll give that a B. It's very even, yeah. I remember when you were coming, you called some crazy altitude over the top.
7,000?
Like, it was like, yeah, 7,000. Oh, that was 7,000 rad out. How did you get the rad out, though?
I'm doing the math in my head.
Oh,
It's my
okay.
job as the flight lead to do that when I'm the maneuver lead.
Uh-huh. Because, like, you called 7,000, and I was like, I'm like up here at like 10,7. So I was like, oh, God. But then when I looked over my shoulder and got view of you, I was like, oh, we're fine. This looks great. And then you started calling distances, and it was like dead on. And I was like, no,
Yep.
we're going to nail this. Looks like Mickey Mouse. That's what you want.
All right, on you.
Alrighty, cool. Inverted tackle roll. So it was taking you a while to get in, and I just forgot to mention that was a maneuver. Like normally I have that behind the car call. Not a huge deal, but it's just something that I didn't get quite right. We were a bit high, so we had to scoop into it, which wasn't ideal. And then let me look at this roll in. The roll in wasn't too unstable, but there was some like pushy, drivey stuff initially to get it settled. I don't love the angle, and we were a little outboard, so I'd like to fix that as well. I think we can give you a little shallower, and I think it'll probably look better from the crowd. But yeah, the clear was really good. I'll give this one a B, all the same.
Yeah, so I was doing fine around the corner and then ended up out behind you, so tried to fix that. Roll in was a little early, and like once we got settled, everything looked good, but then I was starting to walk away from you, so I tried to fix that by arresting that, but ended up keeping that bank angle for the fix in, and so that meant that I started creeping towards you. And by the time we hit center point, I could tell that we were going to be wings overlap, so I had to bank out of it, and ended up rolling early, and a little bit of an overroll. Clear though was I didn't push enough on the knife edge. But I knew you were pretty well clear, but I still need to fix that for next time as a safety. I'm glad to be here for both the wing and the push out. That's a fail for me.
Spicy. The high alpha, I should have thought a little bit more about the like altitude we were flying because I think that affected a lot of how this maneuver went. The turn in was pretty good. We were inboard outboard, so that needs to be better. And we kind of got in with plenty of time, and the timing was good, and the altitude was good. We were dropping, falling into it. But then it just, I think I need to pull to the set a little earlier than 135 because of the air conditions. And then if I had practiced this at least once before, I think it would have been a smoother high alpha because it was just a little bucking Bronco E because of the power needs in order to stay at that regime at almost 5,000 feet density altitude. So yeah, definitely not my smoothest. This is a B minus.
Oh, gee. Yep, that's a safety. Okay. Yeah, turn in was great. We got line abreast. I was wondering how you're gonna handle the density altitude. Yeah, once we got into it, you got out way ahead of me with the mill power, so I had to play catch up, which was fine. Got line abreast, then it was just really hard to keep the thing next to you at 5,000 feet. I don't think I've ever flown one that's been harder than this, and the evidence is this moment right here. I don't know how close the wingtips were, but that's
Well, we'll find out.
pretty close right there.
Yeah.
That's not where you want to be. And so I was all over the shop, and then by the time we cleared, I had to take a look over my shoulder to see whether or not we were overlapping before I pushed out. I was like, I'm gonna call it clear. I can go up with him if I need to, but I need to make sure I'm clear, and I was clear. That's the safety. I'll fix it for next time. F, glad to be here. And that takes us to the Wonder. This one's pretty good. The turn-in was decent. The rollout was a little bit faster than I would have liked. But it got us right on line, and we had plenty of time to make some adjustments to get in for the maneuver. The pull-up was perfectly timed, the roll was perfectly timed, and the pull was also perfectly timed. I don't know, dude. Aside from the rollout, it doesn't get much better than that, but because the rollout wasn't that good, B plus.
Huh.
Welcome to being a Blue Angels pilot.
Yeah, man.
Gotta be perfect.
The formation flying around the corner was a little sloppy, and the rollout I was just struggling to get on altitude with you when I was line abreast, so I kind of had to work it until about it was probably about a mile to go by the time I finally kind of settled that down. Yeah, roll, pull, turn. Managed to maintain altitude. I was actually coming down toward you, I could tell. So I pulled up a little bit once we rolled out. But yeah, this is a B. Solid B.
I'm still forgetting to wait on the rollout. Gosh dang it. Because otherwise you do this overlap thing with me, and that's not good. I need to fix that. Okay. Delta roll. This show site acts weird. The same thing happened when I was doing my test show. So have to pull extra G around the corner to get a decent lineup for this. And then I can roll less quickly than even I did here for this maneuver because we're so high. Like, I had to ease out so much roll to make it look smooth, and because otherwise we would have been rolled out about here. But, it was a really smooth, nice maneuver, and look at how roller coaster this whole thing was. It looks really good. It was probably easy to follow, but it's not what I would like it to be. I want it to be a little bit more. I mean, dang, we are inverted right over center point, or right over the crowd. I don't know.
It was a good maneuver, man.
It's really good.
It was easy to follow.
Fine. B plus.
I'm saying there's always times to improve, but and there's stuff that you could do better. But this
solve the mountain problem. It was so good. Okay, yeah, B plus.
I know that they're going to be different at different show sites, but the for this context, this one was a pretty good one. I got a little bit of a kind of a yo-yo on the way up the hill, but stabilized it pretty quick, and then just basically freaking nailed the rest of it. B plus.
Nice. Yeah, dude. I mean, you look smash in, dude.
You should see. Go watch the stream. I am. And the only other thing that happened is once we start coming back up the hill and making the turn, I got a little loose again, a little low.
Yeah.
But the maneuver in the box, the roll, I was pegging it. I don't think I've done a better one except for maybe the one we ended up using for the High Show project.
Man, we took 8 takes for that one. No shame. No shame. That's why we released the one shot, to prove that we could do it without.
Yep. Or they could just watch the stream, right now. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Flirtily ended up rolling out a little early and a little bit rough. So we're inboard to outboard to inboard on this, which is kind of a bummer. Tried to do my brake timing late, and my gosh, it's still early. So I don't know whether you're timing that off of me or off of my call, but I don't know. I have to fix that for next time.
I'm not adjusting anything. You say it and I do it.
Fascinating, because I waited an extra second this time if you watch the stream. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. But the rolls behind crowd were perfect. The pole was perfect. You were in the same place, in the sky, and your jet was just rotating. It looks really cool.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see that in the stream. Yeah.
C. I want this lineup to look better, and I can do it better. And I was set up for it. I just didn't believe.
Same
for
problem
that
with
part.
breakout.
What about you? On the first half.
Yeah, so the turn around the corner, I got once I kind of fixed my little low position, was super stable. Rolling out for it was a little funky, and I got a little high before you started. Up we go, and I kind of drifted high, so I had to kind of wait for you to come up and meet me, and that never feels good. But I was able to stabilize it. Roll and pull were perfectly normal. It's a B.
All right, behind the crowd. Yeah, we still had a lot of smash out of the turn, so I tried to keep the power out, but still got up to 430. But you said that you're in at the 90, so I put the smoke on and tried to get us down. But man, the jet just did not want to settle, so I had to just kind of live with it. But then that ended up meaning that we got strung out. Like before, we were a good quarter mile before we went up the hill, and that's too far. Then that is why we broke the box going out for the loop break cross. On top of the fact that I don't know what the heck it is, but I'm very curious about what the wind direction is at the 6,000 foot mark, because anytime you get high, you just get absolutely blown with this METAR, like away from center point. But so yeah, the rolls over the top were very measured, kept decent amount of speed in it, and I broke us out a little early, so hopefully it has some time to turn in time. But like we're just getting gusted. But I want to be able to get us down more behind the crowd and have us being able to go up we go, but when we hit center point. So I'm gonna give myself a C- on this one.
If you're like managing speed for me, setting up for that rejoin maneuver thing after the flirtily, like don't just do what you got to do. I will get in. That's my job. So if you aren't,
I'm not.
keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But like we used to go into this maneuver like 450 knots. And
We are still
closer to 400. But yeah, I would routinely get above 500 knots trying to rejoin with you, and I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't had to, which is fine. Yeah, I was able to get in at about the 90, at least as in as you typically need to be. Though I could tell based on like the inputs you were calling, it's like, oh, we're going to be at the knife edge when we cross center point. Is that what he's trying to do? Because I know it looks cool, but like, is that really what he's trying to do? So it's interesting to know that that's not what you were trying to do. And then, yeah, I was like, expecting a quick rollout, and so I was able to catch it, which is good. And then I was just plugged right in there, like really, really stable all the way over the top, which felt great. So this is honestly, this is probably pretty close to a B+,
Nice.
if not a B+. Yeah, I can't think of anything that like really needs to be super fixed in this. So obviously there's always room for improvement, but
Yeah.
that was a pretty good one. All right, loop break cross. We broke the box, and I realized a little late. Like once I was like, I stabilized, got straight and level, called out where I was going, how fast I was going, all normal stuff. And then I was like, oh crap, we gotta come right. So just didn't anticipate that, didn't catch it. Boss would have caught it because he would have been thinking about that the whole time. But whatever. Good job for you, boss. Actually, mad respect for Boss. Like the kind of math that guy has to be doing in his head all the time. Like no
Trick
shame, no
math.
shade, none of that. Like just pure respect. The big thing I think about this maneuver is that the rollout for the first hit was messy. It's just a lot of inputs and kind of all over the place. And there was a point where I was like, oh shoot, we're either going to miss a good lineup and maybe even miss going towards center point, or I could just fix this and let the formation deal with it. And I took option B, which is not nice. So that is something I'd like to be much smoother. And after flying off of your wing, there are certain things that like were hard to catch, even if I was anticipating them, and so I have no doubt that was difficult. I knew that we were going to need some extra pull because of how high we were, and that was the right call. But the winds you're talking about blew us back kind of towards the crowd. And then I think I just shouldn't have eased the pull because that ended up meaning that we were too right on the way back down the hill. There was like a weird speed thing that happened on the way outbound. So it was like 4:15 for the like half mile to mile, which was just bad. But the rest of the outbounds were pretty consistent. Though it was like weird. It slowed down as I was heading outbound. So I was like putting more and more power in to keep it at 400. Like I was still pegging 400, but it was just like, I need more power, I need more power, I need more power. Because it was just like it would fall, and then I'd have to add more and fall, and I'd have to add more, and it was just a weird sensation. So I was flying straight and level. The up we go, I didn't get to 4G as quickly as I normally do, so that cadence was not consistent. And then got to 8 alpha, and then it jumped up to 9 alpha, and then I was like, oh crap. So I eased off of that, but then I think I stopped paying attention to that once I got to the ladder, and that probably changed the distance of that thing. Inbounds were fine, but they could be much more like bang on consistent. It's just really hard to fly the ground speeds at this field, this show site, with the way things were. I don't know why. I was just really struggling with it the whole time. So overall, I think this is probably a C, maybe a C minus. I don't know. It's just like there was just a lot of like no big errors, but lots of little like inconsistencies that need to be fixed.
Yeah, I've been having this thing happen on my rejoins for this, where I think that I'm going to pull up into you, and so I kick right rudder, but then that ends up, or rather, I think I'm going to be too far below you, so I kick left rudder, and then I end up sucking into you, and so I kick right rudder, and I just need to, like, just try and do it with the stick, I think, up until I get, like, on plane with you, so that's something I need to fix for next time. Got in, and this was the fastest rollout I've ever flown in formation, and I freaking nailed it. So nice. I'm stoked. It was hard to catch, but like I did pretty stinking good, and I'm proud of myself. It was hard to, it was hard to fly form at this show site too. I think there's a little bit of turbulence. But yeah, up we go. I got a little bit low on you, but then like once you got set, it is a thing of beauty. Just right over the top, right in the right spot. I was adjusting to your calls well. Pushed out, got right to 65, and like it was gorgeous. Like we were matched up.
Nice, very good. Looks great.
Outbounds, because of the two right, were a little bit spicy. And then because I was ahead, and so I had to bring out power, and then try to bring it back in to match you. But then I didn't get to apparently I didn't go fast enough. And I was early on both the vertical and the horizon calls, and so I end up being 10. I end up being 1,000 lower than you, which meant that the pullout was spicy. Like I got below 100 feet on the pullout, which was really exciting. And then I was ahead of you the whole way in, including at the half-mile mark. So I do not understand how you crossed ahead of me. Like, I genuinely don't. So, goodness gravy. Parts of that were good, but it's a C- because of the same thing. It was just like this cascading series of errors that, at some point it's going to become a Swiss cheese issue, and so I need to fix those for next time.
Yeah. All right, Delta breakout. The story of this one is just basically that I misread the field, and there was like a particular taxiway that I thought was going to be a good lineup, and I was wrong, and I realized it kind of like, oh shoot, we got to roll out right now, and so that ended up making that thing very quick, and also I overrolled it without really realizing it. By the time I realized it was time to pull and brake, and so it was just like, oh gosh, that's a bummer. So yeah, this is a C.
Yeah, I was in good form with flying nice and loose, and you called that you were rolling out, so I pushed out to my standard position, and then the rollout happened real fast, so I ended up like being in a modified diamond set or delta set. I smoked off, and I probably didn't need to looking at the tape, but I just was not where I'm supposed to be. So I smoked off until I got line abreast of you, and then smoked back on. And then I just look at this disaster. I just did not. I rolled too much and didn't pull enough, and then I pulled too much and didn't roll enough. It was just a hot mess on the breakout. So I was a little bit flustered because of everything that happened previously. C-. I'll fix it for next time. Glad to be here. On to the pitch up break. This is pretty good. Nice gentle right turn. Just a couple of adjustments to sweeten the deal. Rolled out at a mile. right over the runway and just, yeah, 10 fast, which is probably good actually for the density altitude we were flying at.
Yeah, you would have lost a ton of speed in that turn if we hadn't been fast.
And then, yeah, coming in, just I had a smidge of angle by the time I was 140, and then had to do a bunch of jockeying to get the jet at the right VSI for landing. But
Yeah, dude.
stayed over 140 the whole way and landed nice and safe. I don't know, man. I'm gonna give this also a B plus. I think I did pretty stinking good.
All right, yeah. My form flight, like rejoin was a little slow, but I was like, there are mountains and stuff, and I just like, I don't know, I want to fly this safely, and I think that's the right call. I was able to get tucked in, was able to do, I take it in over center point. I was great, and when you hit center point, suddenly, like, I lost it. I don't know what happened, but I was just like, you see me do this wing climb thing right before you brake, and I was like, what? It was very weird. So anyway, that was a bizarre. It felt like I didn't make any input changes, but maybe I did. I don't know. But it's like I got a gnarly wing climb right before you called center point, and that was bizarre.
Nothing from me on the tape.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Yeah, the rest of it was really good until I got on short final, and then like you were saying, all the VSI stuff. There's like trying to get it, to the right dissenting. I think there's a little pull maybe. I don't know. I think it's PIO. And then also the crosswind caught me out a little bit. So I was like I was fixing the lineup all the way into land. So it's probably one of the least stable like approaches I've ever done for a blues show, which is kind of, at least since we were like really bad. So yeah, this is probably a C, pushing C minus territory, just because it's gonna, like, the part that matters, the actual landing, is gonna look kind of sloppy.
Yeah, taxi back. I don't really have any notes for this. It was pretty solid. I do want to give you a rebrief on how I handle the turn in for parking, just so you understand what I'm doing.
That would help, because I feel like we have not been
Yep.
doing the same thing for a couple of shows now.
So, I try and get it back to 68 or whatever's going to maintain our ground speed. Back us down to 5 knots, and then I don't touch the power in the turn at all. Like, I'm just power set the whole way in the turn and into parking. So like, by the time we hit the brakes and we brakes off at 5 knots, I don't touch the power. I did this time because you tend to get out ahead of me, and I was trying to compensate for that. But I'm not going to do that.
So, for whatever reason, if I'm following you, if I don't put power in, the jet just does not turn quickly. So, like, you rotate your jet, like, the speed at which the angle that your nose is pointing changes so much faster than mine. And if I leave the power where it is, it's just this, like, glacial, slow turn. And so you get pointed toward your, parking spot. And I'm a little behind you, but it's just like your nose is pointed where it needs to go way earlier than mine is. And so the reason why I had been adding power and have been fast is because I'm trying to get the darn jet to turn. And I may be like skidding the nose gear. I don't know.
I'd be curious to look at your
fast enough.
I'd be curious to look at your rudder input graph.
I can show you right now.
Sure.
This one.
Yeah, because it's not going to be.
So the input graph here.
I'm not seeing. What the hell? That was weird. Okay. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, I see it now.
Okay, here we go.
Ah, okay. Go back a little bit. Let me look at it again. Okay. I'm going to go look at mine now.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at it. I'm going to cancel that.
Yeah, look at how much
No,
more
it's more
gradual
gradual.
mine is. Because what I discovered, and then I go farther. What I discovered was that, like, I want to do a blues, like, kick it, right? But every time I did that, I'd skid. Every single time. And then, like, then, like you said, you have to add power for the wheels to catch again. So what I discovered is that if I smoothly go into it, I can, I turn faster.
It's probably related to two things. So yeah, I will make that change. The fact that we don't have any feedback in the rudder pedals.
Yep.
And the fact that because it's a sim and there's no actual physical forces like slowing down the push or even like preventing, like it could technically go from 0 to 90 degrees in like instantaneously.
Yeah.
Whereas in the real world, it would take time for that thing to actually rotate, no matter how fast you tried to push it.
Yep.
Just so you know about the winds, at 6,600 feet, they're 12 knots at 280, so basically right out of the west, so it'll push us left to right over the top.
That doesn't.
Which is why we ended up a little bit crowd right on the loop break cross, and why we pushed further right after that, like right in the rejoin before the loop break cross.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, the winds are 320 at ground level, but or at least in theory they are. There's probably some logarithmic thing or whatever that adjusts them, or they could be. I don't know.
I mean,
but yeah,
look at the TAC view and see what they were.
It probably goes up to. It probably increases quite a bit above 6,000 feet. So, if the field elevation is 3,000 feet, if you're at 2,000 feet, you're already close to 6,000 feet. But if you're even up above that in a loop like that, those winds are probably picking up quite a bit from 12 knots. Because at 26,000 feet, they're almost 100 knots. So, so that's probably why some of that windy stuff is. Though the interesting thing is, there is turbulence. It's 0.1 knots.
Yes.
Which is not much, but there was turbulence.
Alright. Didn't expect to feel it as much as we did.
No. I wouldn't with that much, but...
Okay, well, what's ironic? You saw my yellow helmet, but according to the replay, I don't have it on.
Huh, I wonder if it's... Huh, yeah, no, I did. It was cool to see your yellow helmet. See a yellow helmet in there instead of the normal stuff. Though I'm going to see what I can do about the visor, or somebody should.
DCS? Okay, that's weird. Yeah, I made room for you for the line abreast.
Oh, I saw that you did like the split, but I just wasn't sure whether, like, I saw those carts on the right hand side, and I was like, oh, we'll see if this works out. I mean, mostly I had to worry about where's your jet, but yep, straight out of the west, wind straight out of the west. So we're at the top of the loop break.
Yeah.
Cross, and it's 280 for 14 knots.
Oh, hold on. Let me give some sound to the old people watching, if there's any of them left.
Whoa, now that's interesting. Winds are 280. Huh, I'll talk about it after the tape.
Need to work more at keeping the water line level at show sites like this. Nice work, dude. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to few for the whatever it is. The high altitude.
Yep. Clouds frequently look like this in real life, but it's just less interesting to look at.
charge for entertainment. That doesn't matter to us on the when we're doing the show.
No, I don't even think about it.
No. We're at 4,000 anyway. 40,000 anyway. It's kind of cool having stuff behind us. There's a reason why we enjoy the show site. One left, a little low.
Not too bad though.
No, no problem. Over bank. Over bank. Yeah.
Yeah. I was underbanking because I was worried about it rolling too much. Or just not being able to, like, modulate the roll angle.
There's the
Yeah, there's the brakes. That's
inverted
crazy.
with the brakes on.
Go inverted. That's probably, like...
Probably some rules
level
against that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ooh, nice altitude.
Yeah, the altitude was good.
Good job, dude.
Way the heck right.
Yeah. 4 or 5, right? Oh, we're gonna be behind this building. Hilarious. Can't even see the rejoin.
So in the future, just climb a little more and you'll be able to see it.
Well, yeah, we were low. We were like 700.
Where's the adjustment?
It was right there. It was right there. It had already happened.
Yeah. I need to tuck in a little more though. That's not bad though. That rollout was alright.
No, that was good. This roll in was hot trash. The jet felt so funky.
Yeah. I figured something was going to get weird because of the conditions.
Trying to keep the thing airborne at 5,000 feet inverted dirty. Thank God I was flying airspeeds at this point.
Yeah. No, I think it maneuvers like this 100%. Don't worry about it. Who cares? Yeah, I was behind.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Back too early. That's a bummer. Yeah, just a little pull because we were nose low and I was spooked. It sucks. That was going to be a good clear otherwise.
Mert. Target speed was 305. I think I was probably right. But as you'll see, the nose wanted to tip over back to the left on the pole. That's why I pushed out, because it was getting unstable.
I saw you pushing out. I was like, oh, he's low.
It was definitely the safe decision, but
Yeah, it's a
I think
smart
I could have
decision.
hung on to it. It's such a head of steam. Look.
I wasn't going that fast. You were just like under 300 knots, and so I
That's
was
the
like,
way it's going to be.
I don't want to pull boards because they're very visible to the crowd from that angle. And so if my overspeed is too high, I really can't fix it. And there's no way to know until you clear and I have some sense of how fast you're going.
Not a horrible angle. Not a horrible angle at all.
Okay.
There's the rudder kick.
Yeah.
Trying to make the picture look good for the crowd. And it did.
Good timing. Very nice. That was great.
Yeah. I was trying to get to numbers. Oh, another hitch. Just never got there.
Really curious where this is at. Yeah, you're all right. Wow, it felt like it was closer to 7 point. I was so sure I was going to be early.
Nice altitude, though.
Yeah, I'm starting to get pretty good at that, which feels good because I don't know that I've ever been good at it with that maneuver.
That's a pretty solid roll, Lindgren.
Nice job.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Good clear.
Ah.
Yeah, good.
That was
Little
a
overall
little
on that last
overall
one, but
on
the
the
rest of it
exit,
was
but
great.
like that was a knife edge.
That's very good, yeah.
Here's the. I was like, I gotta get down before I turn on smoke, otherwise he's gonna come up to me. Was it like 350? All right, one right. You see the laziest over the top you've ever seen?
I mean, I lived it.
Doesn't even look that dramatic.
No.
I do challenge everyone to try this at home, because it's harder than you think.
The sneak?
No, this whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing? It's freaking really hard. If you think you're good at flying DCS, try this and you will learn just how not good you are. Oh, it's the wrong burner can. Whoops. Bummer. Needs to be the other one.
Yeah,
Right burner instead of left.
Yep. That's correct. They pour the smoke into the left blower, which you can see if you look at the EF model.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty solid. I know I don't talk about it, but no need to watch it. But it was a very, very solid maneuver. Ended up coming down right over center point.
Nice.
It's funny how this doesn't look any different from the ground than any of the other shows we do.
Yeah.
In the air, it feels so different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole point.
Ah, low. I knew it was going to be low. Just got to bench it up. I started the maneuver at 300 feet, assuming you'd be at 250 feet.
I thought.
And I still was high. You probably were. It's just like I need to be even higher. This is what I'm learning.
Ugh.
Well, was I actually 300 feet? I'm going to go check.
Vertical pitch. Watch me tumble, and man, do I ever. Full brakes into the box. Do we hit center point? Please say we do. Ah, like half right.
Right, yeah. It's close. 280. Probably should be 300.
Skip the boring part. Center point, second hit. Let's
Nice.
go.
And the altitude was good too.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I will take it.
A little bit of left rudder in the turn to try and keep the nose off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to be very gentle on the turns.
Yeah. When I pulled for the Fortis rejoin, like I was full blower, and I was like did my normal roll pull, and I was like 280 knots. I was
Yep.
like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to ease this off a little.
I was eyes on my airspeed the whole time. I even turned earlier, like way early. Cause I know you're gonna go blowing by me because you called it out. You're like 350. I'm like, jeez, I'm doing 280 right now. A little early on my roll in.
Not too bad though.
Oh, it was gonna be so good. I got wide, and then I tried to fix it, and then I got tight. Ugh. Like, look at this. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Our wings are overlapping.
Can't tell that the bank is off though. Good job on that.
Snap. Yes.
Ah, it was a little low. Huh. I thought I was going to be on up. Did I need to be higher?
Still looking
Noted.
clear. Coming around for the high alpha.
This hard alpha was hard.
This is dude.
I can't imagine what it's like for you 'cause it's hard for me, and I don't have to fly off of somebody.
Here we go. I'm glad we have the mountain behind us. Give some context.
Yep.
I think we are actually max performing the jet in this high alpha. Like
Felt
that
like
is
it.
full slat. That's full slat depression right there. And we don't usually get the full slat depression. So that makes sense why it was harder, because the FCS is maxed out on trying to help me.
I mean, like, I feel like, yeah, we're just...
It doesn't look dramatic at all.
No.
Well, that looked messy. It's right at center point too.
Yeah,
Gross.
you can't tell because you're adjusting it. Ooh. Yep.
Didn't want to push out too hard this time.
I was really curious how this climb was going to work, too. I was like, am I going to get it? Speed? Yeah, dude, 140 knots up the hill.
Nice.
Too much push. I thought so. Felt like it in the jet.
You're just like,
Well, it's like, the thing's going to fall out of the
dude,
sky.
I was mill
Like,
power halfway around the corner. I was like, there's no way he's gonna get in before we do this turn, even at 350. All right, here we go.
Well, it's...
There's the ease of the pole. Woo!
That looks scarier than it was. I was behind you. I had to come up line abreast. Yeah, there's that PIO trying to get settled. Then it's settled high. It's like, how do you work it down?
It's really hard to work anything down at the show site. The jet
Yeah.
just wanted to be nose high the whole way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good timing. Nice.
There's that dip. Okay, that's why you pulled extra, to try and get the nose back up. Nice job.
Well, what happens? I got over on the wing, got visual, and like I don't even look at what my bank angle is. I just get visual on you once I roll, and then I'm pulling and I'm doing all this stuff to just try and keep the pull.
All right.
The same level. All right, this thing.
I'm gonna keep it locked max soon. Holy crap, dude.
Let's go.
Dude. That is sick.
That's
You're
so good.
You're in position the whole way.
Oh, it's so good. That's freaking. So again, anybody who thinks they're good at flying a DCS, go try that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, it requires having a good lead. I'm not patting myself on the back, like genuinely.
100%.
You cannot do that if your lead sucks.
If the follows look good, it's because the lead's flying smooth.
Which, go watch some of the boss back like footage on YouTube, and how smooth they look. The wingmen look. It all has to do with boss. Like they have to be good, but boss has to be better. All right, I'm sold on the Atmos X atmosphere.
Yeah,
like
looks
really easy to see what's close and what's far.
Curious what the other presets look like. I also like that it doesn't look as brown as DCS. I mean, this is a brown map, but I think the clouds have that kind of brownish tint. We roll at the same time? I felt like it was Jet.
Yeah, we did.
Nah,
Oh,
I was a little behind you there, but
I thought I was nose low enough. I just wanted to. The jet just wanted to climb.
yeah. Looks cool though.
I should have rolled this out faster. You would have been fine.
Probably wouldn't have been as in, but yeah.
just got absolutely gusted. I thought about bringing even more pull-in so that we were pointed even further crowd left by the time we finish this, but like, look how far crowd left we are. Like, we're coming back quite a ways.
I mean, when we've been to actual live shows, that's kind of the shape that it looks like.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the crowd.
Spent years trying to get that shape out of us.
I should have turned like about now, but I haven't turned yet. And now I start to turn.
Yep.
Ugh.
Alright, I want to watch this roll out. So I want to see whether or not I was actually as in as I thought. Yep.
That's a quick rollout.
A little low.
I haven't seen. I don't know how that looks compared to like real.
They roll out
But
that
compared to
fast
what we
sometimes.
do, we definitely don't roll out that fast really ever. That was a quick rollout for sure.
It wasn't that hard to catch. It's just like I got a little low.
The big thing is if you're going to roll that past this boss, you need to be pretty nose low.
Yep.
So that you don't have to go down a drive, which I remember the Thunderbirds boss talking about that, where he's basically pointing his nose at center point when he rolls out to get it to come back to the horizon.
Oh, he added film grain.
He did?
Yeah, he's added a little bit of film grain, it looks like, to the atmosphere.
Huh. That's pretty good. That looks alright.
Those clouds look great.
A little right, yeah. That's just like based on where we were pointed when that break happened. Pretty good.
The clouds do look great, Bandit.
Yep, and performance was
I had
fine.
no issues. Zero.
Yep. Yep, me either. Not that I could think
I do want to fly with the Northern Lights sometime.
to.
Look at me, pointed right at center point,
Wow.
right at the crowd.
That is sick.
I don't think I've ever been that on in my life.
Yeah,
Like, I'm coming down riding my smoke from the up.
that's sick. Big fireball.
Almost. This is gonna be embarrassing. And Q. Woof. I didn't believe what I was seeing in out of my cockpit.
Yeah.
But you should believe.
Do you
what
fly
you're
that visual, or do you fly numbers on the way in? Like
I've
last
been flying
mile or
numbers lately, and it's been more accurate.
something? Huh. Interesting.
So I tend to get ahead when I fly visual. Which is why I didn't believe it. When I thought I was behind. I was like, no, I'll be right on. When I looked out the window at you, and then I was behind. You could see my thought process there as
Yeah.
you're rolling out, like, I'm just going to ease it out. Oh my gosh, he's coming at me faster. I could have left the smoke on. It was fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did have a little bit bank into it. That explains why I overbanked. You think it means nothing, but, like, it does make a difference. Not my best.
Lineup wasn't good either, so I wasn't helping you out with that.
I think that actually was an overbank, not just a DCSism. I could be wrong.
When?
Or just then, with your rejoin.
Maybe.
Hey, but the fact that you were in early means that I was able to smoke on at the 90, which was cool.
There's a wing climb.
There's the ginormous moon.
Yeah.
That's my one criticism so far. The moon is too big.
Yeah. It looks freaking gigantic. It looks cool, but it also looks like we're in Star Wars or something.
This is way too close. Let's get a fence cam. Here's a road that you could realistically assume you could be on. Get on our ladder. There we go. So the ILS lights are not, in fact, aligned with center point. Or with the center line of the runway.
I mean, most DCS pilots don't even know what those things do, so.
Okay.
Yeah, this lineup was so bad. I got there, but it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, that'd make Mo a little scared. You're both wide.
Yeah, I'm wide.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna kick early. I know it. Ah, no! No, I didn't. Great.
Nice.
I love how wide the runway looks in this image. In the jet, it felt very narrow, which is probably the reason why the other guys go fly this one.
Because it's wider?
Doesn't look wider.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't feel wider. I don't know why. I don't.
That's a good
Is it
question.
because of, like,
Let's see.
end of the runway?
Let's see. Yeah, okay.
Because you got that hill, like, it slopes over there. Like, I
let's
wouldn't
see.
want to deal with
Behind
that.
crowd, there's a pretty decent gap. It slopes over there. That's fine. That entry is going to be a little rough for like the burner 270, but you could come over the hill and then come back this way. I don't know. I think it opens up some more options for the diamond, probably.
Yeah, I guarantee, or I guarantee, I don't know for sure, but it seems to me like it's a diamond-driven decision. Because flying this was like, all right, well, I didn't really think too much about ground obstruction, except for the behind crowd hill set.
Yep.
Was a problem for like the OMRT and stuff.
But that's the case on a lot of the show sites they fly, though. There's a behind the crowd hill of some kind. Or a city
well,
like,
we
you
got
know,
Milwaukee.
San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, Milwaukee had like 500 feet cliff behind center point, so I'm pretty confident. Like, there's no place to view the show on that other runway. Granted, there's not much of a place to view the show from this runway either, but oh, skipped the good part.
I lined up on my dude, and he was not lined up on the line, so I need to
Ooh.
fix that.
Well, how's the show?
Not too bad. Let's get from the ground.
Alright, folks, that's going to be it for our stream today, but thanks so much for joining us. We enjoy doing this. We enjoy the challenge of new show sites. We're glad you're able to join us for Creech, and we'll see you next time for a Saturday show where